What is good, everybody? So this is my third time trying to record this video, simply because every time I've tried to record it, my lovely wife has called me and interrupted me halfway through. Here we are, third time. Guys, today I am bringing you guys a Going Second Crusadia list Master Duel replays. So this deck in Master Duel is literally insane because very much like Eldritch, and does not require to win the dice rolls. Normally, if you lose the dice rolls, they're going to be like, you're going second, and you're like, perfect, that's what I want. However, I have got my list built on Master Duel to be as much as like it can mirror right over to IRL play, and I do have the deck built IRL play, which I plan to take to my locals. If you guys want to watch that, subscribe, ding that notification bell so you never miss when I go live. I go live on YouTube, so you guys can catch those live streams of me delivering the Crusades to whatever locals I choose to remote duel at. Now, with that being said, as you guys, most of you guys, if you don't know, my opinions of Master Duel is don't have a lot of high opinions, to be honest with you. I think that it produces a fantasy format outside of the cool, intricate play that it allows, like cool animations and stuff like that. I'm not its biggest fan. However, in a Master Duel format, Going Second Crusadia is phenomenal. And as you guys can see here on the screen, most of my duels don't last past a turn 2. I think there's one turn 3. Yeah, right here. Here's a turn 3 and a turn 5. Everything else is turn 2 or nothing. So, I mean, if this it's going to spell something out. So I'm sorry for the lack of content as well. I'm a nurse, travel nurse, in a time when there's COVID around. So sadly, work presents everything. Plus, the format's been kind of stale, guys. I'm really not going to lie. That's why I've been really hesitant to do remote duel locals and stuff like that. Simply because, like, Scythe DP, it's the same deck, different day, right? And at the end of the day, no matter what. So I've been kind of hesitant to go back. DDDs have kind of sparked my interest because I love combo. But there's nothing like one punching your opponent for 13,000 damage. So until I get my Baron, which it's kind of hard to believe that Baron's $100. So hopefully within the next week or so, I'll be getting my Baron, or it should be coming in the mail. So then I can like really hit DDDs and start playing DDDs a little bit more. But until then, we're going to enjoy smacking our opponents with 13,000 damage and an Equimax that says Equimax Volt because he wills it. Other than that, guys, I really haven't that much to do. But I've rented already like 3 times because of trying to record this video. So other than that, guys, I mean, we'll just go ahead and start here with the bottom and move our way up. And I'll try to discuss things. I mean, as you guys can see, there's only 2 turns, so it might not be a lot to discuss. It might just be you sitting with me and us laughing at our opponent getting punched in the face. But we'll go ahead and we'll try it. So here's the first replay. All right, guys, so here we go. First replay. And my opponent's going to get to go first. And as you guys can see, go ahead and pause here. You guys can see my hand. No Crusadias. The all forever loving curse of Crusadia is you play 15 starters. And this is where I'll argue with people when they're like, oh, we're going to cut Leonis to 2. If you cut Leonis to 2, this is more likely to happen because this happens at 15. So you can't play if you don't see a Crusadia. But as you guys can see, we're rocking Crown, Exceed, Succession, the Hornet Drones, and Infinite Impermanence. You could actually play Chalice if you wanted to. It does the same thing, to be completely honest with you. And like the way that I view hand traps in this deck is the Kaiju's kind of hand traps. Simply because they're whatever your opponent does, they're just going to like beep it away real quick. So in a sense, they are kind of hand traps. But as you guys can see, we're also going to get Striker, which if you guys also don't know, Striker is just a very easy matchup against this deck. So anyway, let's go ahead and go on with the replay. Striker, or Area 0, going to attempt to send, going to reveal me Ngage and Max C. And see, this is why I don't like Master Duels, because Max C does not exist. Shouldn't worry about it, but Ngage is going to grab Ray. And he has quite a few cards in his hand, but he's going to go ahead and normal summon Ray. And I expect he was going to go for, like, Kagari or something, but he just goes right into Shizuku, which I find very weird because, like, if I pause it here and show you guys, he has Engage in hand. So I'm confused why he didn't go Kagari to add back Engage, grab Widow Anchor, and then make this. I'm not too sure, but he goes to the in phase here, so I'm going to go ahead and smack down this in permanent just to prevent him from getting more card advantage that I don't want to lose to. So turn change, it comes over to my turn here. I draw Arborea, which is exactly what I wanted to see. So I'm going to go ahead, and then we're off to the races. I don't know what this card is. I'm either guessing Widow Anchor, but I'm going to go ahead and summon Magius with the Arborea. Go ahead and use my Striker engine, which this is why the Striker engine is really good, because we're going to be able to make Kagari, Chainlink 2, Chainlink 1. And like Widow Anchor is like 3, like it's a 1 card, 2 monsters. That makes sense, especially right here. So like Crusadia plus Widow Anchor, or Crusadia plus this is just full combo in a sense. And we're also able to chain block the Magius, as you guys can see. We're going to go into Regulex, the Lion. Go ahead and use Widow Anchor again. So here, this is what I'm talking about. Like normally you need another monster, but we don't. We go ahead and make ourselves Hayate, which so like in my IRL profile, I can't find my Hayate at all. But believe it or not, you don't need Hayate. If you're like me and you don't have one, you can play Link Kuriboh, because Link Kuriboh can go into this. The second Sky Striker is not really needed. I do recommend playing Hayate, because if there are hands where you draw like Engage Hornet Drones and see no Crusadias, you play like this very watered down Striker game where like you end up like quick Hornet Drones into Kagari, and then it has a lot of utility by playing Hayate, because like you can go Widow Anchor, or not Widow Anchor, you can go Hornet Drones into Hayate, attack directly, dump, engage, then you go Hayate into Kagari, grab back to engage grabs Widow Anchor, and then you have like a one interruption, and that's if you don't see any Crusadias. So like it does have some utility in playing the Hayate, but if you don't have it or can't find it like your boy here, you can easily get away with playing the Link 1, like Link Kuriboh and stuff like that. But anyway, Widow Anchor is going to be hitting Regulix, which is perfect, because we are actually going to go ahead and grab Crusadia Power to ensure that whatever this was, or if he has like the rock in the hand, that we were going to make it through. So that was free real estate at that point. That was free real estate. And then here comes the man, the myth, the legend, Crusadia Equimax. Right here is where we're going to go ahead and summon Exceed. And normally you would summon Exceed very early on to make Rafflesia, but we're not playing Rafflesia anymore. That one brick is too much. So instead we're going to make Dugaris the Timeless, or like I like to call him, Douglas the Watchless. Douglas here is going to detach 2.
I'm in danger!
Making Equimax 9,000. Maximus is going to allow double battle damage, and 15,000 to the face. So, to go ahead and talk about Douglas the Watchless here, this card right here is actually pretty insane. It gives you a lot of utility, and the fact it's like it has 3 viable effects that you can use, right? 3 of them things. The double battle damage allows us to get around without having to play the field spell, because the field spell is an inherent brick too. It does you absolutely nothing. You want to search it. And it gives you a Monster Reborn, plus more consistency by being able to draw 2, discard 1. So in a lot of cases, as you guys will see in some of the replays, I open 2 Exceed. It allows me to pitch one of the Exceed, and I just draw further extenders, draw into more interruptions that I can set depending on like what is needed. And yeah, so that is replay number 1, as you guys can see here. 15,000 to Striker, and there is actually quite a lot of Striker on Master Duel, believe it or not. So we'll go ahead and jump on right here, play in the second one. So what do you know, guys? Here we go real quick. I'm not going to do this for every replay, but no Crusadias in the hand whatsoever. And that's something that's super interesting. Like I said, you're playing 15, the max amount of Crusadias you can play. We could even go a step farther and play our very own Format Skipper if we wanted to, but space is extremely... I'd say space is tight in the list to be able to play Format Skipper. But we could go as far as playing Format Skipper, and somehow we'd still not see any Crusadias in our like deck, you know? But anyway... on with replay. Our opponent, I forget what our opponent is on here. Signet Mining, pitching Lightning Storm. I assume he's going to grab a cheat at Ignisters. So this is okay, because I see that this is Ignisters. They're going to, if they do everything correctly, they're going to end up making a rival, and I'm just going to Kaiju the rival. But he goes for Dark Infant, and this is where I kind of make a mistake. I should have saved my Imperm here for the Dark Templar, but I end up firing it off.
Unacceptable!
Here to keep my opponent off of the island, thinking, all right, he better have the island. Horrible misplay. I should have just waited for the Templar, because most of the time they have the island. But he's going to go ahead and special summon out this. This guy here, I didn't know had an effect. He's going to grab the Ritual, so I'm like, okay, I never have seen any Ignister player play the Ritual. And not let alone Ritual summon this guy. So it's like, what? Did I just play like someone who's new to Ignister, or someone who's... like, this guy's name is Playmaker up here. So like, he just ends on this, right? So I'm like, okay... I draw Succession, no Crusadias, so I'm forced to go ahead and Kaiju this, just go ahead and get out of the way, and then fire off Desires, draw. He goes ahead and he hits Max C. I notice he has 1 card left, so I take the challenge.
You guys silly? I'm still gonna send it.
I was like, I can get to Equimax and maybe punch him by the time he gets to our, by the time he maybe draws into something to hurt me, like Nib, a hand trap, etc. So we're just going to, however, when he activated Max C, I should have gone ahead and chained. I don't know why I didn't think about that. But anyway, we're going to give him a lot of cards. We're actually going to fast forward this. We end up giving him a lot of cards, getting back Hornet Drones. Maggie's going to add us a Draco. And then we're going to go ahead and go into Regulex. And I do believe for Regulex, I go ahead and I think I already opened Power, so I go for Testament. Testament is very good. Like, this card is insane. Go ahead up into Equimax, the man, the myth, the legend. Warlike Succession to bring back the Maximus. Monster Reborn, I believe, his big monster, because, you know, we want to steal that thing. That thing has a lot of attack. And then we're going to use the effect to deal battle damage, and we just smack him for 11,800, guys. Like, that is... man doesn't stand a chance. And even if you saw what my hand is, even if he did go full combo in the sense of what he had, if he did establish the arrival, I had the no matter what he did, I think the outcome was still going to be the same because my hand was still super powerful. I had power to be able to protect from whatever he would have had. I think the outcome would have still been the same regardless of the competency of the player or Ignisters in a sense. We'll play here. This has 3 turns, so this is 3 turns here. So as you guys can see here, I know I just said I wasn't going to do this, but here I am doing it again. We finally get a Crusadia, 1 in our hand, and then 2 exceed. So, it's not the best hand, right? We don't get we finally get a Crusadia, so we're doing better. The gameplays are getting better. However, let's just play it through and fast forward it. So we're going to see Pendulum Adrift, a Triff Acolyte, set 1, do this. I'm like, what in the world? So this ain't no follower Triff. So he's an imposter. But we're about to take him to the church. We're going to take him to church here and teach him about the Crusades. So we're able to do this play right here. I don't know what his 2 sets are, to be honest with you. I just gonna play, I'm just gonna, it's full send, whatever they are, I don't care. Push through. We go to Douglas the Watch List. Douglas the Watch List is gonna allow me to draw 2 cards, discard a card. My draws are kind of but they do get me to a power. Yeah, go ahead and World Legacy Succession. Back the Draco. Triggered the Regulex. Trigger the Draco. I go ahead and just use Draco just to block out the Regulex so that I can go ahead and get Crawler, I believe. So I just have more recursion. So yeah, so now I have all 3 Crusadia targets that I play. Equimex comes on down. Special summon Maximus. Punch. End of damage. Draw 3. And I end up setting 3 cards here. And this is very interesting here because I don't even know what this card does, to be honest with you. Soul Pendulum. But I read that it allows him to change scales, and that's when I noticed his scales are 2 and 2. I was like, maybe he misplaced, or I don't know what he truly did. But I know that he has no way to Pendulum Summon, and let's keep him off the Pendulum Summon. So right here, I have power to make my Equimex. I chose this route because Equimex was going to be a negate, and I just have, combo again to follow up. Imperm is really good. And then power, like I said, will make Equimex immune. Equimex is a negate. Crawler will get me a follow-up. I've actually thought about playing World Legacy World Lance again to be able to, survive battle during my opponent's turn. But anyway, let's just play through it. Tribute Maximus to negate. I tribute Maximus because I have Maximus in hand. It doesn't bother me that I get rid of the one I already got. Crawler comes up. Crawler's going to search. He's going to attempt to use that effect, but it's negated, you fool. Right here, yep. But it's negated, sucker. Turns into a dragon, then he surrenders. He sees the writing on the wall. Those 2 cards must have not been anything worth a darn. But on to the next. All right, so we see a very good hand here, regardless of what we have to do. So draw phase, standby phase. He gets to go first. Pot of Extravagance. Oh, no. It's counter fairies. This, I was kind of shocked at this because of, counter fairies is usually not a problem because they just pay so much life. But we're going to go ahead and attempt to play, act like we're playing strikers here. To go ahead and make Kagari. I do this to bait out. We'll go ahead and fast forward here. I do this to bait out all these cards. So I go ahead and activate Engage. He's going to go ahead and activate this, which is another counter trap to stop my Engage. So right now, literally looking at what I got, I just attack directly, and I choose to link into Magius. And this is an interesting play where I just set the Crawler, right? Crawler during his turn, summon to get me a search. I'm going to go ahead and grab another World Legacy card, which will be Crown. And then I believe I grab Reclusia here because Reclusia is going to be able to solve one of these cards. I normal summon Reclusia, go into Nightmare Phoenix, use Phoenix effect, pitch in the Kaiju because I have no need for it to get rid of this set card. He's going to chain it, which is Providence, which is going to stop the Phoenix, which is okay. And then everything will just revolve. Magius is going to grab me, I think, a Draco is what I go for. No, I go for Arborea for whatever reason. I don't know. Special Reclusia to target itself, target the dimension. Special, make a link to into Regulex. Special Crown, grab me power. And for some reason, oh no, I do. I go up to Equimex, Succession, back the Crown. To make, because I got the maximum amount of attack here. Then I set the power. He just scoops it up right there. Simply because he only had 2,000 life left, and I literally had 1 negate to stop anything he had. And if it was he drew into a counter trap, that's cool. I just don't do anything. I just hit him again next turn. As long as it's not a battle counter trap, which I don't know if any of those exist. But anyway, on to the next one. Another 2 turns right here. Opening hand, we draw semi-decent. And this is also a good reason to play going second, is because, hold up now. This is another reason to play going second, is because you get that 6 card. But our opponent, a lot of these players, either they don't open good or they're playing garbage. And that's what I noticed. And then, as we get a little bit further, because we're playing against Eldritch and stuff like that, so I don't understand, when they're setting a card, I think that they've played against, so many OTK decks in YuGiOh right now don't have an ability to punch through a set card that's in defense, but we do, and I feel like no one respects Crusadia anymore. So we about to take him to class right here. Because since we opened the Leonis, we're going to just end the additional extender. See, look, droplets here. Sending Skull, my King of the Skull Servant. So it's like, that's nice. That is just nice. So that means that, that means this monster is likely going to have 0 defense. So we're going to go ahead and go Magius, grab Maximus. So we have the like this is GG right in the writing, I think. Grab a Testament just in case we can't OTK, so we get some fresh cards. Make the man, the myth, the legend. Special, affect target, just piercing, affect target, double battle damage.
Emotional damage
For 96 over this poor zombie kid, you dude. All right, here we go into the next replay. Kind of nice having these be like 2 turns. Makes it real easy. So again, we get another hand like this. Like this is very strange. Like I've already had this hand. Like this is super interesting. But we're gonna see Starlight Junction, special this. So right here we are seeing Synchrons. So I know a little bit about Synchron. I watch 037 Wolf's channel quite a bit because I like listening to other people who play combo. So I know without a doubt this card here, if resolves, can win a game. So I know darn well where my imperm's going. It's going right here. It's gonna smack that junk speeder right in the face because I know what this card can do. So then I kind of think, I'm like, okay, I don't know, like maybe he can make a level 7 synchro. There's not really much more he can do. So right here, he's at the mercy of me, and I have full combo. But see, I drew another Maximus, which is kind of reminiscent of the other replay, which makes me not really like Master Duel because it seems like it gives me like very similar hands, like the algorithm or something like that. It's a little bit off. But I digress. Being able to draw, we go into Douglas the Watchless, Succession into Maximus. Go ahead and make Regulex. And see, we're just going to be able to... This is why you don't need to play the field spell anymore, is because you have the ability to make Douglas the Watchless. And you're going to be like, well, you're not going to always have access to Parallel Exceed. That's okay, because you're almost always going to have access to a rank 4 via the Draco and Maximus engine. As long as you open like one more extender with it, you're going to have the ability to make Douglas the Watchless. So special here, make him double battle damage. Bam, 19,200 damage to the face. Poor Synchron player didn't stand a chance. We have a few more to go through. We got 4 more. He is alive. Well, he won't be after I'm done with him. We go ahead and hop into this one, guys. Opening hand, phenomenal for going second. This is like the ideal. This is a god hand right here. Like seeing this hand's insane. Pod duality. Oh no, I'm in danger. Oh no, it's stun. It wasn't. I thought it was like actual Phantom Knights. We were going to get a good combo match, but instead, what do you know? A set 5 pass strategy. Moon Mirror Shield. That worries me. Set 1. No biggie. No problem. We'll go ahead and fast forward. So I draw my Titty Twisters for turn, but I go ahead and imperm this. Titty Twisters pitching... What did I pitch? Oh, yeah, I pitched Draco. Just to go ahead and bait this card. I don't know really what it was, but it doesn't matter. Because he's going to make this thing 17. Cool. And that's what a Kaiju's for. And then right here, Magius. And then the Hornet Drones. This is why Hornet Drones was so good in the deck very early on. You didn't have to play Engage when it was like $100. You could just play the 3 Hornets and you'd be okay. But now that Hornet's at 1 and Engage's at 1, so technically there's 2, you can just go ahead and play it. But like this is like just the 1 Crusadia plus Hornet Drones. Really is a full OTK in a sense. But you guys, I take that back. I don't think... Yeah, no, it is. It is, because we're going to be able to... Yeah, and you guys will see here, I think I grab Testament. Because sometimes I'm bad at math, and I just need to have that insurance that if I'm bad at math, Testament's going to draw me a few cards. Draco, add back Maximus. Special Maximus double battle damage, Sam, Bam, and Kaboom. And see, that's why like these 1-of-1s are very bad, because that right there might not have seemed like much. You'll be like, oh, in literal IRL play, that's awful. It is in IRL play, but in Master Duel, that's fine, because that puts the opponent on drawing like a small assortment of cards to out the Fossil Dyna. Couldn't be effective. There had to be Chalicer Imperm or Droplets. And let's see here. I think we go up here to Osa Samaru, however you pronounce his name. Let's go ahead and check him out. I actually had a very good game where I was forced to go first, where I ended on Apollosa, Crown, and a Crawler set. But what do you know? I ran out of places to save it. So look at this hand. The Faithful Boy popping in my hand. I still believe you need to play Crawler because all the dice, you're never going to be guaranteed to go second. So I see pre-prep. I'm like, oh gosh, Drytron. And he shows me this. And I'm like, are you serious? This is it? This is what I have to play against? So he goes in and he devotes a Ritual Summon here. Which, the fool. I feel like people on Master Duel, like, do not know what Crusadia does. And he even puts it in defense. And I just have Extender galore to ensure that this Relinquish will not live the turn. And I drew Maximus again. See? Again. Drawing Maximus, which is very interesting. Now, he does have hand traps, I believe. I believe he has an Ash, but that's where we play like cards like Exceed and like Draco. Because even if I didn't fire off Exceed here, I could have fired off Draco and been protected from it. So Chainlink 2, Chainlink 3, Ash Blossom, Chainlink 2. And that's okay. That just prevents me from getting to Douglas the Watchless. However, I believe I still get access to Douglas simply because I have Draco. I go ahead and add Leonis. Because I'm trying to get, like, those very cool names you can get for, like, doing a lot of damage. I think Demon and then Strong Fist or Strong Arm or something like that. I'm trying to get those because those are cool. I'd like to have that. I think I deserve the title, so I'm just trying to grind my way up to get those. I go ahead and grab Power just because I know I'm going to be able to one-punch him, but I just need to be careful in case he has, like, another hand trap. Equimax, you guys never get tired of seeing that animation. Draco, add back Maximus. So this is where you just have to do your sequencing correct when you're trying to use Douglas to watch this. So I go ahead and go here. I use Maximus to go ahead and make him able to do double battle damage right here. So then I can go ahead and make Douglas the watch list. And then I special summon out this. Use Douglas to double his attack. And then I use Leonis to make him do piercing. So this 88 times 2, which is going to be 17,600. Wow. And I believe, let's see here. I think this is an Eldritch match. I think this is Eldritch. Don't quote me. Like, I'm sure I ran out of room quite a while ago. And it wasn't until I started getting higher into gold that I started playing more meta. And I ran out of room. But I kind of wish Master Duel had more of storage space for that type of stuff. But as you guys can see, we open another good hand. And this is the type what I'm talking about is we're going second. Summoner Monk. In-perm this guy. Sweet. It's another kind of rogue man. Oh, okay. So this guy's competent. He plays Crossout Designator. So that means, are we playing against something rogue? Are we going to see something meta in a sense? Let's find out, shall we? Because I know what it is now that I've seen this. This is not Eldritch, by the way. But we're going to see him special summon out a level 4 Astraltopia Zexal Construction. Oh no, this is right up my alley. So it's like, I know exactly what's happening. I know what's happening here. You're face to face with greatness. And it's going to be, what can I say except you're welcome when Equimax is going to punch you. So anyway, double or nothing. Dragonar's going to come up. Dragonar is a beast in himself. He is just crazy. However, I'm kind of curious what to expect. Detach 2. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and detach 2. Draglubion, I was expecting like Kali Yugi or something, but he's going to go ahead and rank up here into another card that is in the fantasy format here. The true king of all calamities. We fear no evil. Though we walk through the valley of the shadow of floodgates, we will fear no evil. We're just going to frame one kaiju this guy, because this is why kaijus are hand traps. Engage? Why not? Grab Widow Anchor, because this guy's a battle god. We're just going to go ahead and shut him off. He can't tell us what to attack. Link into Magius. Except for this time, guys, we're actually going to do not your typical play. We're going to be a little spicy this time. I'm going to go ahead and speed it up here. Draco's going to grab me back that Leonis. Magius is going to grab me the good old Maximus, which is going to let me do some good old thrapping. And normally we go to Regulex, but we're going to go for the queen herself, Spatha. Spatha is going to move Dragonar. Equimax. Maximus, double battle damage, surrender.
Come back and face me like a man!
All right, so here we go, guys, on to the final replay, and then I can get rid of all these and get you guys some more replays coming up here. So final replay of the video here. Thank you guys for staying around so much, hanging out with me. If you guys want to see a Master Duel deck profile, let me know. I don't have time to do it right at the end of this video. However, I like to do my Master Duel profiles IRL, so we'll do that for sure. My hand... See, these hands are good, but these hands are not the best in the sense because you don't open, like, no power cards. But, oh no, your standard Blue Eyes player. This poor sap, probably a Duel Links player, popping up right here. And see, he doesn't even... He does this, which is interesting. Overlay, I believe. Or no, Contact Fuse. This poor guy. I just kind of feel bad. He's going to Ash Blossom this. That's fine. Because, so he Ash Blossom this, we already opened Maximus, we already opened Draco. This is where this type of hand comes in handy. Regulex, Draco, of course Regulex I believe is going to grab me Power, because I already opened Testament. And Testament's just good here in case I'm bad at math, because if I don't kill you, I want to draw 3 cards. And I do put it in my IRL profile, too, because like I said, math is not my strong suit. Exceed. Guess who's coming? Douglas the Watchlist joins the party. Maximus, double battle damage, double the attack, surrenders. They don't even give me the ability to punch them. So you don't get to see the cool damage. They're scared. But anyway, guys, that is the it of the replay. So I know I said I wouldn't. I'll show you guys the deck list. I'll show you guys quickly the deck list here. And then I won't go in detail with it. I'll just, if you guys want to see a more in-detail deck list, wait for the IRL deck list because I enjoy doing more IRL content than this. So anyway, here, this is the Master Duel deck list. Quickly, before I continue on, these right here, in perms could definitely be Forbidden Chalices. If you guys wanted to, I actually recommend, it's just I don't see any reason to do this, just because IRL format and Master Duel format's different. I would actually cut the Twin Twisters and play 1 Harpy's Feather Duster and then play 3 more hand traps of your choice, whether it be, maybe you want to play 3 more Chalices with the Imperms, maybe you want to play 3 Ash Blossoms with that. So I just believe like that is the correct ratio. I just think like IRL format, there's trap decks are not respected, and they're not as prominent as they are in Master Duel because best of 3, more blowout cards, whereas the best of 1, you're just dice roll dependent at that. So like that's something you could do if you wanted to switch over to like an IRL list, or if you want to try it. If you don't want to have titty twisters, you can play Harpies, which I'm not sure what Harpies rarity is on Master Duel. But that's probably what I will do moving forward, or I might just address, is that you could definitely play 3 Ash. I do count the Kaijus here, these 4 Kaijus, as being since Flunderies is also not in Master Duel, I do count like this right here, these decks, these Kaijus to be hand traps. So technically we're playing 4, 7, and then if you add 3 more, that's 10 hand traps to be able to combat stuff. And these guys are just problem solvers. The only time these guys are bad is when, you know, your opponent doesn't do anything. However, then at that point, you're able to normally, they're just discard fodder off of Douglas the watch list to be able to draw fresh cards. I would change this ratio up in IRL. In my IRL list, I play 2 Godarla, 1/1, because Flow Underease is a deck that summons the Wind Statue, and you want to have the Wind Kaiju over any of these. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, I totally forgot, but in the beginning of the channel, I will go ahead and have a little banner pop out down there. Check my links down in the description down below if you guys want to help support the channel. Imperium Duelist, I'm super proud to be sponsored by them, and other links such as TCG Player and all that fine jazz. And if you guys haven't already, become a member, support the Crusade. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have a wonderful evening, and you guys stay safe.